I'm here at RoofCon and I get to be the first keynote and I'm super excited. This is my home field. This is my hometown, so to speak. I've been working and living alongside these people and I'm gonna share what I essentially have been studying for the last 10 years, which is how to get attention online and turn it into sales. And I think I'm gonna bring some energy. I hope that it makes an impact. Even if it's just on one person today, if they apply what I'm trying to share, it could change their life. And let's see how it goes.
He said it best. I mean, he gave you a little intro on Tim, but I'll tell you what he's bringing to the stage today, I think is built for 2026 and beyond. A lot of us are utilizing any avenue that we can for marketing, right? Including social and video and content, paid ads, local ads, mailers, all the fun stuff. And he's going to bring a fresh take on what that really looks like, okay? To make content and to actually build something of value from that lens. So help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Tim Brown.
What's up, y'all? Are we having a good time yet? Man, this is a really good vibe in here this last couple of days. It's crazy. You just look out in the group people and you're like, man, I know so many people here. This is a good community. I love RoofCon. You know, they actually got my title wrong on the website. It said from virtue to value on the agenda. And I just want you guys to know I'm not the guy to talk about virtue per se. So I won't be talking about that. But there are people tomorrow. There's going to be a bunch of those people talking about that. A little bit, like I said, I wanted to speak in front of 500 people on Facebook, and I think Hunter felt like I was kind of like a Make-A-Wish kid. So I'm really happy they let me do this. Should be fun. I'm gonna pull up the beginning of my slides here. Have you ever gone all in on an experiment to learn something? I decided to do that. I saw somebody, a friend of mine, going viral on a regular basis, and he was showing the stats. And I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try every single day for a year to go viral. And the first couple of videos and the first couple of weeks is just like nothing. I don't know have you guys ever posted on the internet and you get like 200-300 views or something? It's like, or like 20 sometimes, right? And I'm like, oh man, all this work for that. So a couple months in, I'm like, I better figure out how people do this because I'm posting every single day. And so I go to TikTok and I look and I decide to R&D. You guys know what R&D stands for, right? Rip off and duplicate, that's right. You gotta rip off and duplicate what's working. So I decided instead of going to roofing videos, I'm gonna go to other niches. I'm gonna go to dental and automotive and golf. And I'm gonna find what formats are working for them. And so I would take that format and I'd apply it to roofing. And also, rip off and duplicate works where you can take the beginning of a video that already went viral and then you can react to it. So you can take the first 5 seconds and then you can put your video at the end, and that worked. And I see a lot of roofers do this. You ever see it? Like it's like the base of the pitcher and they throw the ball and then it like hits the screen. You're like, oh God. And you wake up, like you watch the next 5 seconds, the next 10 seconds after that. So I figured that out. And you can also on TikTok, I don't know if you know this, but there's a little green screen thing where you can overlay yourself over a video that's already gone viral or a news story. I call that newsjacking. And so the rip off and duplicate thing really worked. I started to get thousands of views. I was like, yes, but I still wasn't viral. It's like, I gotta go harder. So the next thing I found was that you can mirror pain to grab attention. You can mirror, this works in sales too, right? You lead with the problem. So I mirrored pain to grab attention. And the thing is that things that are uncomfortable, things that were like difficult, you can do it in your pitches too on ads and it works. You can have like, do you know why there's water spots on your ceiling? That's leading with pain. There's things like that. And I started to do videos where it was like, I started with the pain. And it worked. It really worked. And I found myself getting tens of thousands of views. But tens of thousands of views isn't viral. Shoot. And I went to this marketing conference. And I'm watching this person speak, and she said, she's gone viral a lot. And she says, I need you to embrace the cringe. We say that in roofing. We say you gotta stay uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. So she said, embrace the cringe. And I was like, oh God, I don't even like the way that sounds. But I went back and I thought about it, and I was like, it got stuck in my head, embrace the cringe. And to me, I realized that meant like things like leaving things that were kind of mistakes in my videos. Like I said something wrong, or like maybe I looked dumb, and I left it in there. I just started leaving stuff in there. And in that, I started to get more views, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. Embrace the cringe is how I'm gonna go viral. And this one day I was in a hotel in Chicago, and I was hanging out with my wife. We're just kind of doing one of those reset trips. And I just like post 3 videos quick because I got to get out my numbers. 1 video per day, remember. 1 video per day. And I just posted some dumb stuff, some dumb memes. I posted this one that was like, wasting my life away, wish I could just go on a cruise. And it was this little girl, and she was saying this, and I put the meme above. It was a clip I found. And it said, millennials and Gen Z after working 1 minute past 5 p.m. No laughs, okay. But it was kind of mean. I'm a millennial. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, so I'm out at dinner that night with my wife, and we're at this beautiful restaurant in Chicago. White linen tablecloths. The servers kind of, they're too eager, so you know that the check is gonna be like crazy. Red wine. We're talking about our goals for the next year. Getting excited. Maybe setting an intention. And under the table, my pocket starts to vibrate. I'm like, at first I'm just, I'm trying to be present. And it keeps on going on. And I look down, I'm like, oh God, I got that tick, you're like, I need to check my phone. Oh God. So I pull it out. And I look, oh my God. There's hundreds of comments here. There's hundreds of comments. Some of them are mad at me. Some of them are agree. And I'm just like, I'm kind of distracted now from this dinner, but I'm like so excited because maybe this is it. In the next couple of days, I was counting the views. I was telling my wife, like announcing it each time, 300,000 views. Yes. 500,000 views, 700,000 views. I'm getting still 1 million views. Yeah! I was out of my mind. I was so excited. My wife was a little bored of it at this point. She's like, okay, yeah. And I go back to the office. I'm like hanging out with somebody on my team in the kind of our desk area. And I'm looking at him, he's like, what was the point of that? What is that going to do for our business? I'm like, what are you talking about? We went viral. Viral, baby. What are you saying? Viral. Yeah. And he's like, dude, that's not going to grow our business. Now, I go look at the stats. And guess how many views I got? 1.3 million. Higher. Anyone else? 2 million? Okay, I got 12 million views on that on Instagram and TikTok. Guess how many leads I got? 0. That's right. And why do you think I didn't get a lot of leads from that? No traction. What else? What's that? It had nothing to do with my business. That's right. Seems so obvious now. But I was like, oh no, because I thought viral was the thing, you know? And a couple of weeks later, I'm talking to somebody in the roofing industry I deeply respect. I was talking to Reggie Brock, if anyone of you guys know him, and he was like, you know, there's so many people out here trying to be influencers. What are you trying to influence people towards? And that hit me like a ton of bricks. And frankly, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed at what I was pursuing. I was realizing in that moment that my biggest success up to that point about, God, I was going viral, I gotta go viral, became my biggest failure. And frankly, I was embarrassed. And I realized I was gonna have to go about it a different way. If I wanna get attention, I also wanna get sales. I wanna get new business, and frankly, I wanna make a positive impact on the world. I don't just wanna go viral. And so I came up with some core ideas that I've turned into a 5-part known for framework. What do you wanna be known for? What do you wanna be known for? A known for framework that helped me get more business. And over the course of the next 6 to 12 months, we've used this to help increase our leads 52%. And my company in the last year has gone from 30 to 55 people. And I believe that this will help your business for leads and for money. So now you guys can pay attention. So I want you to listen, and I also want you to think about how this could help you connect with more people. The 5-part known for framework. Before we're embracing the cringe. And by the way, I don't want to negate any of those things because getting attention is valuable, but we have to use it. We have to use it to do this. And number 1 is embrace the target. What does that mean? Embracing the target for me meant it has to be in niche. For me, who's my target? Who's my audience? Roofing company owners, roofers, and on the other hand, what is your target? Who are you? Who are roofing companies? What's your audience? What's up, Noe? How you doing? What's your audience? Checks that cleared, yeah. Homeowners in your area. Exactly. We need to get homeowners in our area. So embracing that target and embracing the target of what do we want? What do we want from our business, from our marketing? Sales and leads, right? Exactly. So that was the first piece. Embracing the target. The second piece is mirroring community love and connection. We talked about mirroring pain to grab attention, right? On the other hand, how can we mirror community love and attention? And what I realized is a little brain chemistry lesson for me that was really, really important. Mirroring pain to grab attention, you know what that secretes in your brain? Cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And it does work. It does work. But on the other hand, oxytocin is the key to great marketing. Oxytocin. Does anyone know what oxytocin does in the brain or what it is? What's it known for? Love. Exactly. Love and connection. And you can make it happen. You can make it happen across the city in your area. What can you do? You can show dogs. You can show babies. You can talk about the charities you're giving to. You can show the things you truly care about and share them passionately. That can create oxytocin in people's brains. And so this is a beautiful chemistry. If we can grab their attention and turn it into something positive, oxytocin is huge. And a lot of you guys are thinking, like, I know that there's, all kinds of different companies here. Some of you guys are bigger than us. Some of you guys might be smaller. I think these lessons will help you no matter what. And if you're a little earlier, I totally understand. Maybe you're thinking, well, Tim can do all this content stuff. He can make videos and blogs and all this stuff because, well, he's a bigger business. I just want to tell a little story of when I was early. I did a trade to get some advertising in a print magazine. So I didn't have any money to even get in the print magazine. But somebody called me. It was a theater in the area. If anyone's from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis area, Varsity Theater in Dinkytown. And Varsity Theater called me. And I was so excited. I didn't have a car, but I took my bicycle and I had to say bicycle because I said bike and you guys thought I was talking about a Harley. My bicycle, and I rode it down to the bus stop and I put it on the front of the bus and they brought me to the Varsity Theater and I got out. I was so excited. I went and pitched my heart out and they weren't having it and I got through some objections and I closed the deal and I walked out into the cold streets of Minneapolis. I was so stoked out of my mind. That first deal, first couple deals, I just feel like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I walk out in the cold streets and boom, I realized I forgot my bike in the front of the bus. And I was like trying to convince my wife at the time, it's my girlfriend at the time, that I was going to be successful. And I had to call her up and be like, hey, could you not only pick me up, but also bring me to the bus depot to get my bike tomorrow? And so I'm sure she was really convinced at that moment. But when I went out on my own totally, I was down in this tiny little basement office and 2 desks and split it with somebody else. And I didn't have money for advertising. I didn't have any money. So, I had some. I was like, I took $1,000 and I said, you know what? I'm going to go have lunch with everyone that could refer me. I would just take them out for lunch. That was my advertising budget. It's $50 lunch, me and you. Maybe I got the smaller thing, just to make sure there's room. And that was huge. And I would say, hey, how can I refer you? And then also, hey, I'd like you to refer me. And that's all it was. And really it was friendly and maybe I'd take a picture with them and whatever else. I learned this from BNI. Who's part of BNI? BNI is beautiful. I think the thing I love most about it for me is it teaches me how to do that. They say givers gain. It teaches me how to get the referral and how to be mindful about referring others. And so now I'm actually starting a roofing company. So that's an announcement for anyone in here. I'm pretty excited. Owl Roofing. And I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm creating a local home service referral mafia. Frankly, we're kind of starting our own little BNI chapter with it too. But what I'm really talking about is I'm going out to lunch with people and I'm saying, how can I refer you? How can I be useful to you? How can I make your life and your business better? And so you can see on the left, I'm talking to an HVAC company. On the right, it's a tree care company. Who thinks a tree care company might be able to refer a few leads? And so connecting with them, having these lunches, to me, it's like being present with them one-to-one, not trying to do anything. But yeah, I'll snap a picture. And then I'm also creating content with these guys. For the one on the left, we're going on each other's podcast. On the right, I'm making maybe a preferred other contractors list on our website. And so I'm doing this now. So you got to stay scrappy. Next up, we need to R&D what people are actually searching and buying from. Not just what they're watching and they're viewing. What are they searching and buying from? So I'm going to give a few examples of how to do that. The first one is called answerthepublic.com. Answer the public. This is just aggregating all the questions that people are asking on the internet, whether it's Google or AI or social media, and it's pulling them into one place around your topic. And so actually I just gave you guys this, the top 127 Googled questions in roofing, and you can just grab it, no email or anything like that, hookagency.com/answer, and you can just grab that link and put it in your notes or whatever so you guys have it. We're answering these questions for them in video content, in blog post content, in YouTube videos. And then another one. This is for you guys that don't feel like you have an audience or anything like that yet. Like it takes a while, right? It takes a second. So if you don't feel like you have an audience yet, you don't feel like a bunch of people are following you, this is where I'd go because it's sales. This is just sales. Answering the top 7 questions or objections in the sales process. And I got this from They Ask You Answer by Marcus Sheridan. Who's read that book? Marcus Sheridan, he's a beast. And why does this matter? Why does this work? Well, you can create this YouTube video or this social media video and you could just send it to the prospect. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to do this just for marketing. You can do this for sales. You can answer their question thoroughly and really well, by the way. Like the good part about this is you can get the exact answer that you want and you can actually give that to your reps too. Like, hey, this is the want. It's nice. So then you're kind of scaling yourself a little bit into your team. And actually what this does mindset-wise, which is really cool, is it gets you excited when there's objections. I get excited. I actually had this spreadsheet for a while. Every single objection that I ever get is going on that spreadsheet, and I'm gonna make every single one of those videos. And some of you guys are like, well, I'm not gonna edit all that. I don't wanna do all that. Well, guess what? I just took my phone and I just go out and I do a live. I just walk around my neighborhood and I just do a live. You know, the price objection. Oh, this is what my exact answer for that. Hey, whatever other objections you get, you can do them as lives. You don't have to do a fancy production around every single video. Now, as time goes on, we've done this a lot better and we've started to do it in a much higher quality way. And use B-roll and stuff like that to make it more interesting and engaging. I saw the last one. I wasn't even in it. It was so good. Good job, Axel. It was fire. Thank you. And we send that video out when people submit a contact form. So it just says, submit a contact form on our website. And it sends this video out in an email, like a little GIF of the beginning of that. And then it will click through the YouTube, but it's just like, hey, next step is to watch this video before your appointment. So then I'm educating and we got it down to 13 minutes. We answer all 7 of the top sales objections. And then boom, you're going into that next appointment and they're much more likely to have some questions answered already. We're just trying to prime them. Let's stop making it so hard for our sales guys. I'm in the mode of I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for you to close because our marketing is so ridiculously good. Next, find the keywords that are converting in Google Ads. So you don't have to spend a ton of money. You could spend $1,000 or $2,000 and then you're seeing the keywords where leads are coming in on Google and you can turn that into content. You can make videos about that topic. Because now you got the data of what makes money. Now we can make content for what makes money. And you can find other things with high impressions. Like recently we were just looking through a client account and we got questions to ask a roofer. And so we put that into our SEO tool, Ahrefs, ahrefs.com is the tool. We put it in there and we realized there's 900 people searching that a month. Questions to ask a roofer. And there's only a 10 difficulty, which means there's not a lot of people that have written that article. There might be after this, but there was not a lot of people, which is really cool. So we can make a piece of content about that topic. And so I'm gonna give you one last big one here, the reverse Googling method. So one, you can guess a topic or keyword you think people would be searching, or you could use ChatGPT to brainstorm this, who knows? What do you think people might be searching? So get your guess. Then Google it. Like, let's say I was like, spots on ceiling is my guess. Spots on ceiling. So I put it into Google. I search spots on ceiling, and I go down to the first organic result. Organic beneath the paid ads. Copy it, the URL, copy the URL, and put it into Ahrefs, Ahrefs, or SEMrush. And then it will tell you how many people are, all the different keywords that it's ranking for, because usually they're ranking for like 20, 30 things. And then which ones have the most volume, which means how many people are searching that a month. And keyword difficulty. And the ideal is like a high volume and a low keyword difficulty. And we want to have a mixture of things that are like people are buying now and people could buy later. Because Google respects websites that put out content on a regular basis that's helpful, comprehensive. An example of this, we did a lot of this for our client Monarch Roofing, and we had a 92.98% increase in organic leads year over year. And this was the third year we were working with them. And this wasn't a small amount of leads. So it's not like we went from like 3 to 6 leads. This was like hundreds of organic leads from Google. Here are 3 quick tips to get more out of your content. 1, a lot of you guys are tired. You're tired just thinking about all this content stuff. So how do we turn 1 piece of content into 10 so that we don't have to be as tired? And it's not that crazy. You can do a long form YouTube video, and you have like little segments in that long form YouTube video. Then you can turn it into 5 reels and put those out all over social. Then you can get the transcript on YouTube. You can go to the description, and there's a little spot that says transcript, and you can copy and paste that whole thing, put it into ChatGPT, and say, hey, make me a blog post. Sick. And this is the good type of ChatGPT blog post because you're taking your subject matter expertise and you're boiling it down into a post. If you just take pure generic ChatGPT, you're not going to have as good of results. But if you're giving some of your actual unique perspective, it's going to be even more effective. Second, post and ghost is the wrong way versus becoming a super connector. So a lot of you just want to go onto the internet and put your thing out there, put a recent project, put the website, put the phone number, and then hope they call. And what's the problem with that? Well, no one engages with it really, so it's not going to get a lot of visibility because the more people are engaging with this stuff, that's where we're going to actually get new business. So becoming a super connector is not logging off after you post the thing. So sure, post the thing and then go connect with other people. Connect with 5 homeowners in your area every single day and like 5 other people's things. And then I want you to comment 5 positive things on other people's stuff before you log out. This is extra work. This is that other 15 minutes. You did the first 5 minutes. Now do the next 15 minutes. Just do these 3 things. Become a super connector. And this relates to that home service referral mafia thing that I was talking about earlier. Because we want to hype up our friends. We want to hype up the other local home service businesses in our area. If I'm commenting in a Facebook group about my friend's tree care company, about how they're locally owned, how they're customer service driven, how they care about customers, and I'm saying that in a comment thread, what do you think people are inferring about my business? That's right. They're inferring that I am also those things. So when you hype up other people, you're absolutely going to have people associate you with that. And so the last one here is follow money with effort. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, last thing on that. A lot of you are using, this is probably the biggest thing. If you just change this one thing, you're probably going to get like 3 times more out of your marketing, which is use your personal Facebook. I just lost the crowd there. They're like, what? I just want to post on the company page where no one sees it. Right? Or would we prefer to put, it's so crazy. I posted a video the other day and I had about the same amount of like friends as I had followers on our company page. I posted the same exact video at the same time and I got 3 times the amount of views on the one on my personal page. Why do you think that is? People connect with people. So they don't sit and look at your logo like, let me see what's going on at roofing today. I mean, that's what we all want, but like, you got to use your personal page. And then my last tip on this is following money with effort. And just be the general contractor of your marketing. Take responsibility. A lot of people like with vendors and stuff like that, and marketing people, like none of us are going to make, none of these vendors, we're not going to make your business, okay? You're making your business. If I took credit, there's like we had a client here and we did this great work and it's us. It's like, no, it's you. You are the one that's making your business win. And the point is you need to take the most responsibility out of anyone. And what I see is people try to pay to go away. I want to do marketing, but I want to pay to go away. Get out of my face, go do it. I'm giving you money. It just doesn't work. It's got to have personality. It's got to be you. So taking as much responsibility as you can. And lastly, seeds before leads. What do I mean by that? Am I telling you I don't want you to get leads? No. I'm saying, can we focus on when we log in or we're doing content, focusing on planting seeds? We're talking about all that positivity stuff, the community stuff, connecting with people. Can I plant those seeds? Can I be okay with this is going to be leads 3 months from now versus like today? Because we're asking people for business and it's hard. It's hard for people. They're not going to all of a sudden just give you money. Thank you for showing me that roof. It's so cool. But we can create this connections and marketing for referrals. This is a total paradigm shift. How could you market for referrals? Because if you're marketing for referrals, I promise you it doesn't hold back leads. What do I mean by marketing for referrals? I mean, like I said, hyping up your friends. I'm saying talking about other like human interest stories in your life, talking about things that would connect people to you as a human being, talking about the charities you're supporting, talking about your friend and their story, talking about the sales guy who just went through this thing and is coming out the other side. It's beautiful, right? Telling real human stories. To me, that's, we're trying to get people interested in our company and the company's story. Then clarify 3 unique sales propositions. The problem with most people's unique sales propositions, this is like classic marketing 101, by the way. Clarify 3 unique sales propositions. Well, guess what? Most people's unique sales propositions are not that unique. And a lot of people put the same thing on their website. They say the same thing that everyone said. What is something that people say? I'm just gonna jump down. This is more fun. What is something people say that is a little too common on their website or about their company? Anyone? Great customer service. Free estimates. Good quality. Free inspections. Okay. Well, the problem is everyone's saying that. So it just blends in. It gets watered down. It's vanilla. No one cares. So what I'm asking you to do is go to your reviews and look for words that stand out, that are a little bit unique. And the ideal thing is that if more than one customer has said the exact same thing, because then you know it's real. And that will cut through. And the crazy part is when you do that and you mirror back what the customers are saying about you, that's real and it's different, more people start saying it. It just is a virtuous cycle. Oh no, virtue to value, shit. for the OGs. Next, we want to repeat them constantly and everywhere. When I say repeat them constantly and everywhere, I mean Hey, you should put them in your Facebook bio. You should repeat them at the end of every single video. You should talk about them every single week. You should have a series. It could be like Thorough Thursdays or something like that. For my new roofing company, my two are Thorough. We have the 3-step cleanup. And I guess insurance specialist isn't that unique, but I'm definitely doing that one. Oh man, it's very new. What is my last one? Over communicative. And I like that one. Over communicative, because it's like, it could almost be a bad thing. Over communicative. Like, it's sticky though. It's different. It like kind of sticks out a little bit because you're like, I don't even know. Do I want that? Yeah, I do. You know, if I'm a homeowner, I do want over communicative. So then we got to repeat them constantly and everywhere. So I'm just going to review the 5-part known for framework. We want to embrace the target. We want to mirror community love and connection. We want to R&D what people are actually searching and buying from. We want to clarify 3 unique sales propositions. We want to repeat them constantly and everywhere. My biggest fear is that most of you are not going to do this. And it's true, most of you won't do this. So you think that everyone in this room just heard this content and there's going to be so much competition out there for videos. But really, it's just going to be Noe. Noe is the only one. You're like, maybe Chuck. Chuck's going to do it. Noe's going to do it. But most of you aren't going to do it. So there's not a lot of competition out there for this for real. That's beautiful. But most of you aren't going to do this. And I think it could change a few people's lives. It's changed my life. Connecting with more people, putting myself out there even when it's a little scary, has changed my life. Being okay with, a few haters. But the big thing, I want you guys to get in your goal in your mind right now. If I could get a little bit of music while you think about this. I want you to get your big goal for this year in your mind. Think of your big goal. I know some of you guys are beasts. You already got this. You got this locked in. You've been walking around this thing like, $10 million, baby, 10 million. You're like, what's going to get me to 10? Let's fucking go. I know some of you guys are thinking that way. Give me a little bit of music. I want you guys to think about what's your big goal for this next year. And I'm going to have you guys share it with me. I realize I jumped up too soon. Who's got a big goal? Yes, what is it?
15 million.
15 million, let's go! I'm just going to hype you guys up as we do this for fun. What else? Who's got a big goal? It doesn't have to be money.
3 million revenue.
3 million revenue, let's go! He's going to do it too. He's going to do it too. And in the other hand, I want you guys to think, all right, what's your goal down there, baby?
1 million followers this year.
1 million followers! Let's go. Make sure some of them are buying, baby. Be a hometown hero. Book out now, How to Become a Hometown Hero. So, in the other hand, I want you to think of a few people that when you're about to post on social media, you think of them. So it could be your high school girlfriend. It could be your mother's, sister's, brother's, cousin's, uncle. Who do you think of when you're about to press post and you're like, I wonder what they would think. I wonder what they would think. I want you to get them in your mind. I want you to think about this. It's this big goal versus a couple people that you think might think something about you. Oh no, they accidentally thought something about you. And I want to encourage you. It's that versus that. It's that simple. It's your big goal versus a couple people that you're scared to post. I'm scared to post because they might think something. Who cares? Who cares what they think? And by the way, no one cares. And that's a good thing. No one's thinking about you all day. They're thinking about themselves. It's a beautiful thing. So just post. It's going to help your business. And I want to ask you guys this question. What do you want to be known for? And I want you to go to your Facebook right now. I want you to look at your profile. I want you to scroll down and I want you to say to yourself, is this what I want to be known for? Pull out your phones. I know half of you guys were waiting this whole time to pull them out anyways. Just pull them out Scroll down. Somebody that was in my life that was known for something. My mama. Mama Brown, people call her. Mama Brown was always with you when she was with you. I went and cleaned houses with her when I was little, and she would be like, knelt down over a toilet, scrubbing it, pine sol, the smell, pine sol coming in the air, and she'd just be praying for people. Mama Brown prayed for people. Mama Brown cared about you when she was with you. And I want to be like her in that way. I feel like that's a good thing, just being with people when you're with them. Being known for something always starts one-to-one and how we treat people and our energy now with people. And I'm not saying you got to be perfect. In fact, all this stuff, like, we've all had our things. I used to be known for something totally different than I'm known for now, and it wasn't being, I want to be what I want to be known for is like putting myself out there, like giving my all, like living fully and inspiring other people to live more. But before I was a shithead. So we can change. It's redemption. It's beautiful. But my mom got sick about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and it got worse and worse. I went to the hospital to be with her, and I was trying to take the time that week just off of work a little bit, going back, and it's just like tough. You're trying to build a business, you got real shit going on, right? And I would go sit down with her. I'd hold her hand, and I would play worship music. I'm not like a huge fan of worship music, but I would play it because I knew that's what she'd want. And she was starting to kind of go out. Like at first we were like singing together and stuff like that, and then it started to it was going bad. I was holding her hand, and there's just like the pink hospital cups and like sponges from where they had to give her like pain medication and stuff like that. And I'm just like, everyone's praying for a miracle. I don't know, man. I'm struggling. So I just wanted her to not be in pain as she goes out. I'm the last person there with her, and I'm holding her hand. The last person there. And she passed. It's crazy, like, the people in the hospital just like are kind of rushing around. And it's like, it's their job. It's like all very clinical and simple to them. I'm like, this is like the person that I look up to most of my entire life. Like, this is the person that showed me how to love people. And I want to be like that woman. I want to care about people when I'm with them. I want to be known for something. It's not just stupid shit. I want to create connection and more connection with people. And I just want you guys to be with me on that. We're trying to go for something bigger. Bigger than going viral. And I think content is part of that. I think creating content, video content, and blog posts and things like that, it can create connection. It can open up the world for us. It can create new relationships. And this is what it's all about. It's new relationships, whether it's new business or it's somebody that could change your life. And it's done it for me. It's changed my life. I've met so many people. I'm getting this opportunity right now because I put myself out there, because I make content. I'm trying to be useful to people. And so I don't want you guys to think at the end of this keynote that I was talking about going viral. That's not what this is about. I want us to make content that makes friends. I want us to make content that makes friends. If everyone could shout that with me here in a second. Make content that makes friends. 3, 2, 1. Make content that makes friends. 1, 2, 3. Make content that makes friends. I see this guy's not even doing it. How dare you? I just wanted to get this locked in because if you guys are lifting weights tomorrow and I just want you to remember at least one thing from this, it's simple. 3, 2, 1. Make content that makes friends and make a decision about what you want to be known for. What do you want to be known for? And if we could just take that, what do I actually want to be known for? And actually look and see what we're putting out there on a regular basis, practically. What are we saying to the world? What are we actually saying on social media and one-to-one? And whenever we get a chance to communicate with people, are we living up to what we want to be known for? This is a really good time. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you guys. So if you'd like to have me at your event, I would love to potentially be there, especially if it's in home services. That's my biggest sweet spot. And about creating more content,